Hi, I'm Catherine with Free Tours by Foot. New York City is a shopping destination for people visiting from all over the world, and you should absolutely plan some shopping time while you're in New York City. But if what you're after is discounts on shopping, some of the best deals to be had are actually not in New York City itself, but at discount outlet centers outside of New York City. And there are numerous options for these discount outlet centers. We have a blog post included in the video notes outlining all of the different options, where they are, what you can expect at each of them. But of all of these discount outlet centers, one of the very best known is Woodbury Commons. Woodbury Commons is located just about an hour north of New York City. Woodbury Commons has over 200 outlet stores, including really well-known luxury brands like Dolce & Gabbana, Armani, Burberry, Coach, and many, many others. So, if you have a little bit of time and shopping is a priority for you on your visit to New York City, you should consider making a day trip to Woodbury Commons to experience what they have to offer here. If you decide to do this, there are actually multiple ways to get to Woodbury Commons, even though it is located outside of New York City. Many of them are very, very easy from the center of New York, and you can make it here and should make it here if you want to do some shopping. One of the transportation options for getting from New York City to Woodbury Commons is taking a bus service. One of the best benefits of taking a bus is a direct door-to-door service. You will have a pickup somewhere in Manhattan with any of the bus companies. They will drop you right here at Woodbury Commons. You can actually see one of the bus plazas. This is just on the edge of Woodbury Commons. So it is very direct. You don't have to do anything other than make it to your bus, board the bus, and then get off here. One of the other benefits is all of these bus tour operators offer coupon books, discount books, along with the purchase of your ticket. Now, Woodbury Commons is already a discount outlet. You can get 25 to 60% off already at some of these stores, but you can make those discounts even better by using the deals offered to you through some of these bus tour operators. So if you are in search of the very best bargains, this might be something to check out. There are several operators that offer bus service from the center of New York City directly to Woodbury Commons. They drop off right here at Woodbury Commons. The service is pretty door to door. Of these bus options, one of the operators is City Sites. This is a great option to check out. City Sites offers numerous departures from New York City during the day. They actually start, I believe, the earliest departures. You can leave as early as about 7:15 in the morning and come here to Woodbury Commons. Like we said, it's just about an hour to get here. When you do this, there are multiple options for leaving New York in the morning. Most of their departures are going to run from Port Authority Bus Terminal at 42nd Street and 8th Avenue, but they do offer some other pickup points in Manhattan, including Rockefeller Center and right by the Waldorf Astoria. So depending on where you're staying in New York City, you can choose which of those points is going to be the easiest for you to get to. There are also going to be several options for departures back to the city from Woodbury Commons. And again, one of the benefits with City Sites is they offer departures until well into the evening, all the way up until 9:30 p.m. So if you are someone that is looking to do a giant full day of shopping here at Woodbury Commons, you should definitely consider checking out City Sites. As of right now, the option that they offer for ticketing is called a flex ticket. This does give you the freedom to choose which departure you would like to take from the city, as well as which departure back to New York City you would like to take as well. So that will offer you a lot of flexibility in your day of shopping. Something to know about City Sites is they also are an option that's included with a lot of tourist passes. If you are considering buying a tourist pass, if this is something that you've looked at and you think is right for your trip to get some of those discounts on top attractions, then know that a lot of those will include a trip to Woodbury Commons as a part of that tourist pass. If you're not sure what tourist passes are, you're not sure it's something you should consider, make sure you check out our blog post on tourist passes. It'll go through the ins and outs of all the different types of passes and help you decide if that's the right choice for you. Another bus operator is Tour America. Tour America's departures run from the Row NYC Hotel, which is right in Midtown on 45th Street between 7th and 8th Avenues. One of the things to know about this option is they will require you to select a period of validity when you buy the tickets. You'll have to select that departure time from the city as well as your trip back to New York City when you buy the ticket. So this option, while it is a little bit more inexpensive than some of the other bus options, doesn't necessarily give you the flexibility of timing. If you were to arrive here and realize you wanted to spend hours and hours more than you thought, this ticket would be a little bit more limiting for you. But it is one of the less expensive options, and it does offer a lot of the same benefits as any of the bus options, which is that door-to-door service, as well as some great discounts offered by the company. The third bus option to Woodbury Commons is the Gray Line. This is one of the many services that the Gray Line offers, is trips to Woodbury Commons. One of the benefits of taking the Gray Line is when you buy that ticket, it offers you complete flexibility. You can depart New York City at any of their departures offered throughout the day. Their departures actually run from the morning all the way up through the early afternoon. So if you're not looking to get up at the crack of dawn and head to Woodbury Commons, you want to go a little bit later, they do offer later departures, as well as a lot of options for traveling back to New York City from Woodbury Commons. Those trips will run up until about 8 p.m. So this does offer you complete flexibility with your timing throughout the day if you choose to take the Gray Line. One of the other things that's nice about the Gray Line is they have a lot of different departure points in Manhattan. So if you look at their map and the departure points that are offered, it may be a good option for you depending on where you're staying, what's going to be easiest for you to get to. One of the other transportation options for getting to Woodbury Commons is to take the train. To be clear, there is not a train that runs directly to Woodbury Commons, but you can take a New Jersey Transit train to the Harriman station. That's going to be on the Port Jervis line of the New Jersey Transit. There are a lot of trains that run throughout the day. For the exact schedule, you would want to check out the New Jersey Transit Trip Planner feature on their website or on their app. If you are traveling on a weekend, you would have the option, once you get to Harriman Station, of taking the mainline shuttle trolley. Now this runs directly from the Harriman Station to Woodbury Commons, and doing this combined with the New Jersey Transit train is by far the cheapest way that you can get to Woodbury Commons from New York City. That New Jersey Transit ticket will run you right around $30, and taking that mainline shuttle trolley is going to be less than $2. So it is very inexpensive. The downside of this option is it is by far the most limiting on your time. There is only one departure of that trolley from Harriman Station to Woodbury Commons, and so that's going to be just before 10:30 in the morning, so you would have to make sure you're there by then. And then there's only one departure back to Harriman Station. That's at about 5:45 p.m. So you will be the most restricted on time if you choose to do that. But if your main priority is saving money and doing this the cheapest way possible, and you don't care about having as much time at Woodbury Commons, this is definitely something to check out. But please remember, that option is only on the weekends. Any day of the week from Harriman Station, you would also have the option of taking a taxi from the station here to Woodbury Commons. There are multiple taxi operators. Their contact information is in our blog post that's included with this video. If you do that, it's going to be $8 to $10 one way to get from the station to Woodbury Commons. So still a pretty affordable option, especially if there are a couple of you splitting that cost. Something to know about doing the New Jersey Transit option is you will want to make sure you buy your train ticket before you board the train. Tickets on board the train are available, but they are more expensive. So this is definitely a worthwhile option to consider if you're coming to Woodbury Commons and cost is your main priority, and especially easy for any of you staying near Penn Station, because that's where those trains will leave from in New York City. So definitely worth looking into. The third and final option for traveling from New York City to Woodbury Commons is to rent a car. There are multiple rental agencies all throughout New York City, so you would have no shortage of options. Now, of course, this is going to be by far the most expensive of the options. However, depending on how you're coming and who you're coming with, it may be the best option for you. Renting a car can be as inexpensive as about $80 a day. So if you are coming to Woodbury Commons with a group of people, with 3 or 4 people, this may actually be cheaper than all of you buying those individual bus tickets or even the New Jersey Transit tickets. And of course, you do get the benefit of complete flexibility of time. You could leave whenever you want, you can come back whenever you want, provided that works for the drop-off period at your rental agency. And of course, that is completely door-to-door as well. You would be able to park right here at Woodbury Commons, spend as much time as you want, and then head back whenever you want. Now, this doesn't necessarily get you those discount booklets that the bus operators would get, but for certain car rental agencies, if you take your rental key to the information booth here at Woodbury Commons, there are some deals available through those rental agencies as well. So you wouldn't be completely left out of that. So it is something to consider, especially if you are traveling with a group of people. It may actually very well be the most cost-effective option for you. So however you decide to get here, I do want to give you some tips for navigating through Woodbury Commons, as well as a look at what to expect while you're here. I love Woodbury Commons. It's actually personally one of my very favorite places to shop. I will tell you, if you can manage to come on a weekday, it is less crowded on weekdays. Weekends can be very, very busy. If your only option is to come on a weekend, of course, that's absolutely fine. But my best recommendation is to actually get here as early in the morning as you can. As the day goes on, Woodbury Commons does become quite a bit more crowded. Some of the more popular shops, in order to make the experience inside as nice as possible, will limit the number of people they allow inside the shop at any one time. So some of those more popular shops, as you get further into the day, might have a line outside. So if you're not wanting to wait outside your favorite store, getting here a little earlier in the day can reduce the chances of that happening. Something else to know is Woodbury Commons is quite large. You maybe figured that out at the beginning when I said it has well over 200 stores. So the best thing to do when you arrive here is to grab a map of Woodbury Commons. And so that way you can figure out all of the different places you might want to go and figure out the best route to go through Woodbury Commons so that you're not trying to zigzag back and forth too much. If you are planning on spending the entire day here, not to worry, there is a pretty good sized food court at Woodbury Commons, a lot of different dining options right here, so you wouldn't even have to leave the property in order to get something to eat or drink. There are plenty of public restrooms located throughout Woodbury Commons, so it's never very hard to find anything you might need to make your day a little more comfortable, to find a place to rest, to find a place to take a break. And just to give you an exact view of what you can expect if you arrive on one of those buses, this is standing at the bus plaza. As you can see, there is a bus unloading right in front of me. I'm going to turn right around, and here are the shops. So it is very, very direct service if you decide to do this. And I'll give you a quick look at what you could expect right when you walk into Woodbury Commons. When you walk in, you'll see these large signs that look like this. On all of these, that will have a full map of Woodbury Commons. So you can check out, this is done in zones. They lay everything out in zones, so you can figure out which stores you're wanting to visit and what zones they're in and plan accordingly. And you'll start walking down a stretch that looks just like this. So just for some context, I am here on a Saturday. It is a nice day, but it's still pretty early in the day. So you can see it certainly has started to get more crowded as I've been here. It will continue to get more crowded as I stay here throughout the rest of the afternoon. But you can come here on a weekend. If you come here early in the day, you'll have the best chances of beating the crowds a little bit and not having quite so many people to work around as you're going into your favorite stores. One last thing I do want to point out about Woodbury Commons that has probably already seemed obvious from me walking around in this video, but I'm going to say it anyway. Woodbury Commons is outdoors. This is not an indoor shopping mall. This is an outdoor shopping plaza. So if you have any flexibility with your plans for coming to Woodbury Commons, of course, choosing a nice day or what's supposed to be a nice day will help you. But if not, make sure you dress for the weather. Make sure you bring an umbrella with you so that you're comfortable as you're walking around for your day. So as you can see, there are many ways to get to Woodbury Commons and many good reasons to come to Woodbury Commons, especially if you love to shop and you are looking for some of the best deals in the area. So hopefully this video helped you make a decision on whether or not to come here, and if you are going to come, what the best way for you to travel to Woodbury Commons is going to be. We hope that once you're in New York City, you'll consider joining us at Free Tours by Foot for one of our Pay What You Wish public walking tours. We have tours all throughout the city, including Brooklyn Bridge, Brooklyn Heights and Dumbo, Soho, Chinatown, Little Italy, Harlem, Midtown, many, many more. If you haven't had enough shopping while you're here at Woodbury, we even have shopping tours in New York City that you should definitely consider joining. So thank you so much. We hope that this video helped, and we will see you on your next trip to New York.